What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Gaming Show. My name's AJ Gels. How y'all doing? As you can see by the title of this show, we're back. I know, 2 weeks without a new show. I am sorry about that. My work schedule has been insane the last little bit. I work in news, and with the midterm elections going on in the U.S., my job was extremely busy for the last couple weeks. Mix that with the fact that there really wasn't much gaming news. Hell, even the reason why we weren't up today, I had a different work thing, but I had a work thing, and then I came back, ate, took a nap, and then I woke up, and I was watching the Counter-Strike tournament that's going on in Chicago right now. Actually, we are on the second map with Liquid and FaZe, and I kind of want to go back to watching it, but I got to get the show done. So that's what's going on. Not a lot even going on this week. We got a couple stories. I opted not to talk about the whole Diablo. Was it Diablo? Yeah, the whole Diablo thing from last weekend. Just because I really don't care. I mean, well, look. On one hand, they flubbed that launch, and it's funny to me because it's kind of like when Xbox One was like, yeah, we're doing the Xbox One. You have to be online all the time, and you can't share your games, and they were just deciding to just like throw up all over their pants almost every time they came out and talked. And that was when Shuhei came out and did his whole, oh, look, here's how you can share a game on the PS4, and he handed the box to the other guy, and then the guy walks away. That was great. But yeah, I mean, they flubbed that launch. That announcement, they sounded like jackasses. Yeah, but all in all, Diablo is just not a franchise that really has much, I don't want to say love, like, 'cause I respect the franchise and the people who made it, but I mean, it doesn't have a lot of memories for me, so I just opted against it for reasons, because I didn't really see a real big reason to talk about it. But one big news thing that I did, this I think was kind of one of the bigger news stories from this week. This is from a couple days ago, that Square Enix has canceled most of Final Fantasy XV's new DLC as the game director resigns. Article by Peter Glagowski of Destructoid. Now, I didn't know they were still doing Final Fantasy 15 DLC. I thought that was done. Jeez, I can't believe they're still making it. Loved Final Fantasy 15. I think the game was really good. It was really fun. Just an extremely well-made game. But I'm surprised that they're still making DLC packs. And honestly, I feel like I don't really get why, because this was like the Arden DLC, and I don't get why we needed DLC for that character, but whatever. Alright, the article reads, Square Enix has announced that 75% of Final Fantasy XV's planned DLC for 2019 has been cancelled. Fans were given the news during a special announcement stream for the game, which will be celebrating its second birthday at the end of the month. Along with the DLC getting canned, 15's director Hajime Tabata has departed both Square Enix and Luminous Productions. Tabata issued the message to fans that read, "Hello, this is Tabata. It's almost going to be 2 whole years since the release of Final Fantasy XV. I honestly believe the reason we were able to get this far is because of all you loyal fans. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Today I have a personal announcement to make to all of you. I, Hajime Tabata, will be resigning from..." I love how he's like, I, Hajime Tabata, like he's writing in his will. Will be resigning from Luminous Productions and the Square Enix Group as of October 31st, 2018. I was able to gain so much experience with my time at Square Enix. Every title I was able to be a part of means a lot to me. However, Final Fantasy XV stood out from that group as it was a special project for me, which I went all in on. Therefore, I decided to take this opportunity to officially announce my departure from Final Fantasy XV to all the fans who have supported the title across the globe. In regards to my next endeavors in the near future, I have a project that I truly will wish to solidify as my next challenge after Final Fantasy XV. For the reason, I have decided to leave my current position and start my own business in order to achieve my goal. As production of episode Arden continues and Luminous Productions works on new projects, I felt that it was time for me to hand over the torch to the next generation group of talented and trustworthy colleagues, and believe that they will create something amazing. From this day on, I will cheer on and support Square Enix and Luminous Productions together with all of you fans. I would like to thank everyone who continue to support Final Fantasy 15 and those who have also supported myself personally, Hajime Tabata. I mean, this isn't an unheard of move in this industry. I mean, we see, big name developers leave their franchises. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure if I would say, call Tabata beyond Final Fantasy 15 like a big name developer, but I mean, he's still somebody who sticks in my head as a big name director. And I mean, we've seen people break off and create their own companies and do some really cool projects, and with some success and some failures. Guys like Kojima. Granted, I mean, Kojima is basically God in this industry, so comparing anyone to him is a little unfair. But, you got guys like Cliffy B, who broke off from Gears of War to make Lawbreakers, and that completely blew up in its face, sadly enough, because, I mean, I'm a big Cliffy B fan. But, I don't know. As always, I wish him the best, and I hope things go well for him with his new project. I hope he can make something as cool as Final Fantasy 15. I think 15 could have been better on a lot of different aspects. But all in all, I mean, I love the concept. I love the whole driving around in the car thing. Like, that was super fun to me. I love the characters, all that. It was a really well done game. And I do wish him the best for his future endeavors, so to speak. As for what is left, episode Arden will be arriving next March for everyone. The multiplayer add-on Comrades will be getting a standalone release on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on December 12. PC will skip it as it was included in the Windows version. The expansion version of Comrades will cease operation, though owners of it will be given the standalone version for free. The PC version of 15 has now ended production, and no further updates will be coming. Luminous Productions will still be working on whatever title it was currently planning, despite Square Enix posting reports of the company suffering an extraordinary loss. That loss is likely related to Tabata exiting the company and Square Enix deciding to cease further work on Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 15 director resigns, most DLC, blah blah. A few. What's the word? A few. I can't think of the. Why can't I think of the? They're citing information, source links. There we go. Jeez, I am losing my mind here, guys. If I remember correctly, this extraordinary loss hyperlink, it goes to an article. I believe it's on Push Square. I know I read through it. Apparently, Square has posted $33 million in losses, along with Luminous Productions, the company that was behind Final Fantasy 15, it was behind Final Fantasy 15. That team, I know they're working on another RPG for Square that's supposedly, it's always going to be groundbreaking or whatever, another big RPG. But they've restructured the company with Tabata leaving, all this stuff. It's kind of hurt. It's apparently hurt Square Enix's pocketbook. So I think that it's up to 33 million is how much Square Enix has lost on that title. All right, I'm back. I'm not sure if you're looking at the time at the bottom right hand of the screen on my computer. Sorry, I got distracted. I started watching the first couple rounds of Map 2 between Phase and Liquid. Sorry, I like Counter-Strike. Leave me alone. Coming up to our next article. Nintendo is hiring for a Zelda related project. Article by Nick Santangelo of IGN. Nintendo appears to be working on a new Legend of Zelda project, according to a pair of job listings. First reported by Resetera user Guru. The listing are for a 3D CG designer and level designer. Neither reveals much about what sort of project the developers would be working on at Nintendo, but do have callouts to a few Legend of Zelda franchise staples. Unsurprisingly, Nintendo wants the designer to help to have experience working on action games and to be able to work on design terrain like fields and dungeons. Similarly, the level designer needs to have worked on planning video game dungeons, fields, and enemies. Interestingly, Nintendo also wants the designer to be capable of working on in-game events. The listing doesn't specify what's meant by this, so it's unknown if Nintendo is referring to traditional storytelling events or something more familiar from multiplayer-focused games. Also unclear is whether or not the two developers would be working on a new unannounced Zelda game for Switch, 3DS, or mobile, or DLC for 2017's Breath of the Wild. Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa said last month that he wants to see more DLC for the company's existing major titles. Nintendo is also reportedly working on a Zelda game for mobile platforms. Earlier this year, Nintendo finally gave Breath of the Wild an official spot in the Zelda timeline. For more on the Legend of Zelda, check out IGN's 20 Most Interesting Facts from the Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia. Look, I find the Kingdom Hearts timeline to be confusing as hell. The Zelda one confuses the ever-living shit out of me. I will go on record saying that. Now, whether or not this is going to be a new game for Switch or 3DS or mobile, in all honesty, I'm hoping this is a new one for Switch. I mean, I loved Breath of the Wild. Still haven't played the DLC, but that's just a money and time thing. I haven't gotten around to it. But I absolutely love Breath of the Wild. I suck at it, but I love it. And this is from somebody who traditionally has not loved Zelda titles. But this one still had that kind of like pseudo survival element that I really enjoyed. Just all in all, the game was a lot of fun. I loved the visuals, the combat, just all the gameplay. It was absolutely an amazing title. So I'm hoping we get to see another one for Switch. Just because I think it's a great platform. It needs more games. And I don't know. I don't think DLC for Breath of the Wild makes a lot of sense. I mean, granted, Furukawa was saying, we want more DLC for our existing titles. Fine, but I mean, what? I mean, I don't know. I feel like going back to Breath of the Wild or to Xenoblade Chronicles 2 or something like that. I think that doing that DLC, I don't want to say the words is a waste of time, but I think that your time would be better focused to making the next game as opposed to going backwards. So that's just where I stand on this one. I think the smarter decision would be to come up with here's the new big Zelda title. And honestly, let's see if they can do something like Breath of the Wild and just even make it bigger and better. Although the similarity between Zelda titles, I would argue, is small. I mean, they've gone through so many different art styles and gameplay styles. So who the hell knows what this is? But after Breath of the Wild, I really hope that they can make something really special, really unique. And I'll definitely give it a shot. Like I said, as somebody who's not really a Zelda fan, I also got to play this DLC because I want to play with that motorcycle. All right, up next we got a really short article from Game Informer. Red Dead public beta coming at the end of the month. Article Matthew Caddo of, as I said, Game Informer. If you think there's a lot already to do in Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar Games is just getting started. The game's online portion is heading into public beta at the end of the month. The news comes from Q&A portion of a Take-Two Interactive's quarterly earnings call with Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick. Take-Two is Rockstar's parent company. Although Zelnick did not give a full release date for Red Dead Online, what do you want to see in Red Dead Online? Participate in our recent reader discussion, blah, blah, blah. As far as what I want to see in Red Dead Online, I have no freaking clue. Nor do I really care, because if you know me, I'm not a big multiplayer guy. But I included this one, even though I don't have a whole hell of a lot to say about it. I think it's a big deal that they get Red Dead Online right, especially after how great GTA Online was. Now, can they do as much with Red Dead Online that they could do with, as much with Red Dead Online that they were able to do with GTA Online? I do not know. I am honestly really curious to see what they're going to come up with. I mean, I'm going to give the public beta a shot. So it's going to come out at the end of the month. But yeah, I'm really curious to see what Take-Two and Rockstar is going to do with Red Dead as far as their multiplayer feature. I mean, really, Red Dead 2 has surprised me and surpassed every expectation I had for the game. I mean, I've probably played, I can't even tell you how many hours I have played in the ever since its launch, and the game, the more and more I play it, the more and more I fall in love with the game. So I could not begin to tell you what they're going to do. Though they have to capitalize on the greatness that was GTA Online to continue this, because I mean, honestly, GTA Online was why Grand Theft Auto sold so well. So here's hoping to them. Like I said, that was just kind of a short update. Really, these last couple stories are all kind of short updates. Now we have an article that PUBG is seemingly coming to PlayStation 4 in December. Article Gabe Gerwin, IGN. It appears that PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds will be coming to PS4 after a year of Xbox One exclusivity. If the PS4 game database is any indication, a user on the PSN Profiles forum spotted that information about PUBG was present on Sony servers, including a content ID code for the North American and European versions, as well as images. Nico Partners, I think is the name. Analyst Daniel Ahmed corroborated the rumor on the forum Reset Era, adding that it would be out in December if Microsoft's console exclusivity deal had been for a year. This timing makes sense as PUBG was introduced to Xbox One preview program on December 2017. The revelation comes less than 2 months after PlayStation 4 version of PUBG was spotted on the Korean rating board website, which indicated that an announcement was on the way. As of now, PUBG Corporation and publisher Bluehole have not announced the game on the platforms other than PC and Xbox One, but Bluehole was reportedly in talks with Sony regarding a PS4 version as early as last October. An iOS and Android version called PUBG Mobile is also available. There was an update. A now removed Amazon listing has now given a possibly date, to the alleged PUBG PS4 release. Wario64 tweeted out a link that no longer leads to an active page listing PUBG for PS4 being released on December 8th. That day would, if true, bring PUBG to the PS4 just a couple days after the Game Awards, where many game announcements are expected. No official announcement has yet been made, though. You know what? Honestly, I'd say that's about right. I mean, I think this is an extremely believable story. These leaks that go up on like the Korean ratings boards, or some on another country's rating boards, I think they usually turn out into something, and especially with this, like an Amazon listing marking December 8th, with that being a little bit after the Game Awards, I think that's a safe bet. I'd be a little surprised if this didn't end up being true. Now, I mean, as far as PUBG on PS4, I think PUBG's lost a lot of its appeal to people, but again, I put all the blame there on Bluepoint or Bluehole. Is it Bluepoint or Bluehole? I always forget. Bluehole. I put a lot of that on them. I think I give a lot of shit to Fortnite, but I think Fortnite did a great job of adapting, and here's new modes, and here's this cool art style, and here's this, while PUBG went so long on, here's one game mode and one map. Have fun. I don't think they adapted with the times, and they adapted with the players as well as they should have. I mean, I prefer PUBG to Fortnite. Granted, I haven't fully played Fortnite. I plan to at some point in time just to give it a shot. But all in all, I like PUBG, and I don't know, maybe I'd play it more if it came to PS4 rather than playing on my PC, but that's just because I can't play mouse keyboard. So, all right, final article of the day. We have an article, Hitman Blood Money and Hitman Absolution rated by ESRB for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. We are creeping through bushes, probably, ever closer to the release of IO Interactive's Hitman 2, which launches November 13th on PS4 and PC and Xbox One, which we will be playing here on the channel, by the way, if anyone's interested. But a recent listing by the European Ratings Board, the ESRB, appears to show it might not be the only sneak and stab release on the horizon. 2 Hitman titles from the past have been rated for release on PS4 and Xbox One. 2006's Blood Money, considered by fans to be the best game in the series. I concur with that. I think Blood Money was really good. And I've played the other ones. I still do not understand the Hitman timeline. You want to talk about games timelines that I don't understand. But Blood Money, I would say, is the best one of the franchise by far. I think the episodic one by IO was trying to be, had a lot of the stuff that made Blood Money really good, but at the same time, I still think that episodic thing hurt that first Hitman game. So honestly, that's why I'm really excited for IO's Hitman 2, because from what I remember, it's not episodic, and I think that's going to be a big boost to that game. And I got off topic here, but no, I think that's a very good and very correct statement. I think Blood Money kicked ass. Let's see here. 2012's controversial Absolution, which is far better than its reputation deserves, and you give it credit for. Yeah, I see you there rolling your eyes. Actually, I agree with that. I think Absolution was good. Not the greatest Hitman game, but still a good game. I rather enjoyed it. It's worth noting that both titles are already supported on Xbox One's backwards compatibility, but still we could have a digital release or a double pack on the horizon. I hope so, as they're both great games, and would slide snugly around Warner Bros. Hitman and forthcoming Hitman 2. There are no further details at this time, but we will keep you informed. Hitman 2 launches on PS4, PC, and Xbox One November 13th. Again, another kind of rumor, another little leak that I think could very well be true, and honestly I hope it is true, because like I said, I really did like Absolution. I really liked Blood Money. I think both of those would be a whole hell of a lot of fun to play here on the channel. And honestly, kind of looking to the future now. I mean, really, that's all I really have on Hitman, Blood Money, and Absolution. But Hitman 2, yeah, we're going to be playing it on the 13th. I'm pretty excited. Like, I liked the first one. I just wish the story was a little easier to understand. To me, the big issue was, hey, we're going to do this episodic release thing, which I think really made the story confusing to understand. They had these super short but beautiful cutscenes. Didn't really explain anything. I think that game could have been handled better, although I think a lot of the time, I think what made the first Hitman so great to a lot of people was the stuff that happened in between the episode's releases. So you do have to give Hitman some credit for that. But yeah, that's really all I've got for you guys this week. I know, short week, not really a lot of news. I believe it was Samori Roden. He sent me something on Twitter. I think it's a bunch of, like 45 minutes of Anthem gameplay, but I still haven't had the time to really dig through that and comb through it, make sure that it's, I don't want to say good gameplay, but I want to make sure that's different enough from what we've seen in the past to warrant 45 minutes of gameplay before I tack it on to the show. But guys, I want to say, as always, thank you so much for watching. Facebook, Twitter, the website, minds.com. Links, all that stuff is in the description, along with timestamps and links to every article. Like, comment, you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more next time. Hopefully we'll have some bigger news next week. Big events coming up. I mean, obviously we're playing Hitman 2, Darksiders 3, and Battlefield 5 this month. We'll be playing Just Cause 4 in December, and I want to say Mutant Year Zero is also in December, so I also plan on starting that. So I think those are those are about the last 5 big new titles that we're going to be playing by the end of the year. Anything else? No, I think that's all on that. You know, I plan on watching through the Game Awards, like I have the last couple of years. And that's really all I got for you. So thank you for watching, everybody. And until next time, my name's AJ Gels, the 7th Hour Gaming Channel. I'm out.